TGIF. TGIF, here we are. We're going to do a fun improvisational jams on the handpan / hangdrum, D minor, G minor down here, the steel tone drum back here in D major, and even using the ocarina and the fun whistle. So we're going to use a little bit of all of those instruments in a fun little improvisational jam. It's really, really fun to do this, to give you something a little bit different than just singing songs. So let's end our week on a very calm note, pun intended. What I love about these instruments is that there's no wrong notes. We can go on and on with that. What's super fun about this is you can really lose track of time playing this instrument. This is the handpan / hangdrum in D minor. Something fun I want to show you about this too is there's the high notes that are up here. I've never played any Minecraft songs, but people have asked me that. This one is more just semitones. On the steel tongue drum, you could actually play like legit songs, but I'll get to that in a minute. Thanks for asking that on YouTube. So I like, so up here are the bigger cuts in the metal, and those are the lower notes. The low ding in the middle is really cool. And the high pitch notes are all up here. Those are more higher pitch notes. There's a really high note on the back where the sound hole is. If you hit it, you can hear that really high note. So sometimes I like to do a little jam where I'm doing like, it's kind of abrasive, a little bit loud, but it's fun to get the juxtaposition of the really low note here and then the highest note that exists on the back. sometimes I play the instrument holding it up against my body. Why? Because the music will literally resonate through me. So it's really nice. There's something to that. I think that's why I like playing acoustic instruments so much, is because the wood that vibrates on an acoustic guitar, ukulele, the music is vibrating through me. So I kind of like to do it sometimes here and get the vibrational frequencies coming through my body. All right, so that's enough of the one in D minor. Here is the one in G minor I got. This one is not as, doesn't resonate for as long, but I really like this one. There's also a high note on the back. If you could find it, it's like finding almost like a harmonic note back there. Putting those two together don't really work. There are some notes that kind of can correlate and overlap with each other, but this one's really fun. Definitely a different sound, not as big as the other one. This is in G minor. It's all improv. As long as you got rhythm inside of you, which we all do as human beings, with our heartbeat, you can have fun improving on this. It's like taking fun drum beats and putting a melody behind them instead of just smacking a drum. Sometimes I like playing it kind of with the tips of my fingers like this. Just a different kind of sound than just hitting it really hard. And you can sort of, what's really cool too is you can fade this out. These instruments you could fade out naturally just by playing it softer. What's really cool too is sometimes I'll do this with the instruments. And it's not really, I'm even trying to play anything in particular. I'm just trying to get like an array of sounds, almost sounding like a cascading waterfall of sounds coming at you. Something kind of nice about that, a different way to play it. I also want to show you something else I do with this instrument that's really fun. At least I think is fun. And I'm going to take a pair of brush sticks over here. And one brush stick is interesting because you use this on a drum set to not make it so loud. You sort of like jazz sort of playing. But here, if you play it on here, it sort of sounds like an egg shaker or a maraca. So in essence, it's almost like you're playing two instruments. Like this can keep like a steady rhythm with the brush. Just gives it a different flair. It doesn't hurt the instrument either, because it's just brushes. Really fun. You can even hit the shaped pieces of metal with it if you want. I kind of like to just play it next to any of them to create different rhythm, so it sounds like I'm playing two instruments at once. Really fun. So I like to do that sometimes too. This is in G minor, which is really fun. The other one I played was in D minor, and you put them both together like this, it sort of looks like a shield, right? Like a Captain America shield or something along those lines. And possibly looks like a flying saucer or a spaceship. Sometimes it's fun to, like, I actually will do this sometimes too, and I'll put them on top of one another, and you sort of get like a cool visual of it building up. You got to be careful though, because they can slide off. You can't really hit the ding, obviously, which is the low note on the one below, on the bottom, but here you can sort of essentially play both at the same time on top of one another. You just have to kind of play soft. Pretty neat, right? So we got those two instruments. Next, we're going to get into playing a little bit of the steel tongue drum. Someone on YouTube commented on about playing something along the lines of, I'm going to find the sticks, there they are. Minecraft song. Well, I haven't necessarily learned that, but I have used other songs you can play on this, right? Like, right? This is way more melodic. marching in. Since this is in the key of D major, you know, you could do all different types of this, like right, or I really like doing octave chords with these because you can do this. This is a lot smaller, but I really like this a lot. I feel like it resonates more. Octave chords are really cool because each of the notes is built into here. It has this sort of root note, then it has the octave above it. And the only one that's got 3 of them is the middle ding, right? So 3, 3, 3. It's nice that it's numbered. Very sweet. But I like doing octave chords. Playing 2 3s, 2 4s, 2 5s, 2 6s, 2 7s, and 2 8s. So that's basically do, re, mi, right? Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. And the exact opposite of that is joy to the world, the Lord is come. The exact opposite of that scale. Very cool. So play lots of different songs with this one. I also like doing it where you space out the notes. So like, for instance, 2 notes away from each other. So I'll do like 1 and 3. Then I'll do 2 and 4. Sounds kind of nice. 3 and 5, 4 and 6, 5 and 7, 6, and then the 1 octave higher than that. There's not an 8 labeled. Then you have to do 7 and then the 2 above it. And then you could do the 1, which is technically the 8 because it's an octave above it, and then the next 3. So it's pretty cool. So you can go through it spacing 2 notes away from each other. I like sometimes doing 3 notes away from each other, so 1 and 4 at the same time. Right? We would do 2 and 5 at the same time, which is kind of fun too. 3 and 6, 4 and 7, 5 and 1, 6 and 2, and then 7 and 3, right? And then you could do 4 away from each other, which is 1 and 5, 2 and 6, 3 and 7, 4 and 1, 5 and 2, 6 and 3, right? It's really interesting to be able to play these different types of rhythms. And then there's also just finding stuff that's fun. Again, there's no wrong notes. Anywhere you hit in here is going to sound good because all the notes are specifically in the key of D major. How about, that's like the NBC. There's some fun things that exist in here that we could play. Or like ding dong, and someone's doorbell, ding dong. Different things we hear in the world. Hopefully this is a nice relaxing thing for you to end your work week. All I'm doing is playing 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Because it's labeled on here. But this sounds really nice. Really, really nice. Can't go wrong. So that's the steel tongue drum. And like I did before, you can actually put the hangdrum or handpan in the key of D minor, and then on top of it, put the hangdrum / handpan in G minor, and then stack the steel tongue drum. This is kind of wild. Up top, and then you can't see my face anymore, pretty much. But you got to be really careful. But this is a cool visual. It's almost like building rocks on top of one another. All the different shaped metals. This is D minor below. This is G minor here, and this is D major. So they're going to kind of conflict with one another, but it's a really cool visual. Take a snapshot with that. Very nice. Okay. Our last thing we're going to do with some of these meditative jams and instruments, besides talking about them and playing them, is a little bit of the ocarina, right? We say, hey, ocarina, instead of, hey, macarena. All right, but this one's really cool too. Try to see how long you could do it on one breath. It's kind of nice. It's practicing breathing techniques. It's kind of fun, the ocarina, and of course the owl whistle, which is really fun too. It's just basically one note. And when you add your finger here on the other side, really fun. So you could, in essence, sort of have this going in one hand and do it on the other hand holding this one. It could be really have some fun going back and forth trying to do this like multitasking, right? A lot of high notes, kind of call and response type of things with the ocarina, holding it with the one hand. You really need two hands to really play all of the different notes on there, but it's kind of fun to mess around with just one hand. And then go to here. And have some fun playing back and forth. But you can think of those as like meditative instruments too, right? The ocarina and the little whistle that's there. We're going to end on one last little jam, and I'm going to combine all of these instruments together using the loop station. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to bend over here for a second here and plug it in and get everything going good. Just hold on one second. And I'm going to get the microphone going too. Just in case you forgot, we are at Key of Awesome Music. Feel free to grab a nice little hoodie. I got hats too. I also have pens with our logo on it and lots of other things. I actually have picks available with our logo on it and lots of other things like mugs and believe stickers and car magnets, that kind of stuff. All this fun stuff as you support us over at Key of Awesome Music. Feel free to do that. I forgot that was even on the microphone. All right, so we use the microphone to get all these going through the loop station. And in case you can't see it and you're not believing me, it's right here. This is a device where I can put anything through it as long as the microphone's going through it or an instrument going through it. And you can basically jam along with yourself. It would create like a one-man band sort of situation. So I'm going to try to get all these instruments together. One last little fun jam using all of them. At some point, they're probably going to sound pretty conflicting with one another because D minor and G minor have a couple notes that overlap. D major, it's going to sound a little dissonant, and then the ocarina and whistle are going to be interesting with it. But we'll have fun with it. That's what the whole part of jamming and improvising is, right? So here we go. We're going to set it up real loud, the microphone, so it picks up as much as we can. We're going to mic it up as best we can. That should be pretty good. Here we go. So that's a little bit of the jam right there. That's going to repeat with the loop station. Now I'm going to use this one. Sounds like madness, but it's good. They're all in there. And here we go with the ocarina and the whistle. we go on the count of 3. We're going to do a little mix and scratch DJ with it. Here we go, ready? Mix and scratch DJ, let's go! Yeah! I'm going to do a little singing into it, little vocalizations. Otherwise, it gets really unruly very quickly, and that's the beauty and the kind of chaotic part of having the loop station available right there. Is it kind of gets really, really loud and almost starts to feed back after a while. But good stuff. Thanks so much for tuning in on these meditative musical instrument jam. I really appreciate it. It's fun. It's something different than just playing songs and singing songs, right? So it's sometimes with music, we can just have fun with it and just express ourselves in different ways, not necessarily having to play songs or having to really have anything set in stone, but kind of do it on the fly. So peace and love, thumbs up, and AK Cowabunga and rock and roll. And we got one last little meditative instrument I want to show you too. That's down here. I left it out of the screen, but I really like just to end with this one. Sometimes I start with this one, but we're going to end with it today. The bunt pan. It's really, really nice sounding. This sounds really good with the steel tongue drum and the handpan / hangdrum. Very nice. Have a wonderful day. Fantastic Friday. Feel free to like, subscribe, share the page with your friends and family. Feel free to leave a virtual tip if you feel so inclined. Venmo and PayPal. Peace. Bye.